Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It is Friday the 31st of January. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the ASX 200 is set to hit a new record high today with futures up around 0.4%. This follows a positive session on global markets overnight, while the threat of US tariffs sent gold to a new record high. Stocks on Wall Street rose as investors reacted to the latest earnings results. Apple reported after the bell and beat Wall Street quarterly profit estimates, although the shares did fall in after-hours trade. Their overall revenue rising 4% in the first quarter. However, the company reported weak iPhone sales due to Chinese competition and AI rollout issues. Earlier, Microsoft fell after forecasting disappointing growth in its cloud computing business, while Meta rose after beating fourth quarter revenue estimates. And the chief executives of both Meta and Microsoft defended their heavy capex on AI, days after Chinese startup DeepSeek unveiled a breakthrough in cheap AI models that rattled investors. Tesla shares rose after saying it was on track to roll out new, cheaper EV models in the first half of 25. It also said it would start testing a paid autonomous car service in June, overshadowing quarterly results that fell short of expectations. UPS shares plummeted after forecasting 2025 revenue below expectations. And MasterCard reported a fourth quarter profit that beat estimates as consumers ramped up spending during the holiday season, while after the bell, Visa reported a higher first quarter profit. Well, the European Central Bank has cut rates by 25 basis points and opened the way for further policy easing on signs of economic weakness. It was the fifth ECB rate cut since last June, and markets expecting 2 or 3 more cuts this year. ECB President Christine Lagarde saying the disinflation process is well on track, saying we know the direction of travel, at which pace and what sequence, what magnitude will be informed by the data that we will collect in the coming weeks and months and by the analysis of our staff will conduct. Well, US economic growth slowed in the fourth quarter as a strike at Boeing depressed business investment in equipment, but consumer spending increased at its fastest pace in nearly 2 years. GDP increasing at a 2.3% annualised rate last quarter, slower than the 3.1% pace in the September quarter. Well, US Treasury yields initially fell, but then recovered after data showed that the number of Americans filing jobless claims fell more than expected last week. The yield on the 2-year note was lower at 4.2%, the 10-year down around 4.5 basis points at 4.51%. And the US dollar dipped against major currencies as markets looked at slower than expected US economic growth and the rate cut by the ECB. The Aussie, though, has fallen to 62.1 US cents. Commodities are broadly higher. Brent crude rising around to $77 a barrel, though prices were kept in check by threatened US tariffs on Canadian and Mexican crude that could take effect this weekend. Copper was up almost 1%, while iron ore little changed at $106 a tonne. And the gold price has hit a record sparked by safe haven demand on the threat of US tariffs. Spot gold up around 1.3%, climbing to $2,798 earlier in the session. Locally today, we get further inflation data with the December quarter producer prices. And quarterly results are expected from Champion Iron, Origin Energy, ResMed and Syrah Resources. That's your day ahead. See you again on Monday.